All right, welcome in everybody. This game is on tape delay as well. Sorry for the lack of live broadcasts. Network is just not cooperating here in Big Boy Arena. Just started the game. West Michigan Varsity against the Saginaw Junior Spirit. Spirit in white, dump it in deep. After it. Pass out to Ethan Burdo. Burdo cycles back in his zone, sends a pass mid-ice. Caden Finnerty. Saginaw plays it back in the zone. Pass near side, deflected away by Poulin. Played behind the net. Loose now, Saginaw moves it ahead. Nope, held in by Burdo. He's hit on the boards though. Saginaw able to move it back to Burdo. Top of the zone now. Saginaw with a stick on it. They push it into the West Michigan end. Ryan Rocco dumps it in deep. Pass in the middle. Burdo's got it. Burdo down low. He shoots. Just wide of net. Played out to the middle. Picked off and whistled for offsides. I like to do these games live, but the networks in these rinks can be from the 90s, or at least the walls make them feel that way. West Michigan Varsity brings the puck back in the Saginaw end. Saginaw now clears the neutral on defense. This is Poulin. He turns, sends a pass up the wall, looking for Smilanich. Lucas races after the loose puck. Into the corner it goes. Saginaw behind their net, wrapped around near side wall. Held in at the blue line by Hohendorf. He takes a hit. Puck held in though. Saginaw up to neutral zone, picked off by Poulin and dumped back in deep. Saginaw behind their own net. Pressured there. Now Smilanich with a loose puck. 55, Cray Anderson on the wall. Presses it, pushes it behind the net. Smilanich, far side corner. Saginaw with an advantage. Gets a stick on it, but held in. Dumped back behind the goalie. Anderson, he goes down behind the net. Clear out to Kuhn at the point position. Glove down by Reedy. He gets it to Anderson at the wall. Anderson to Smilanich. Lucas shoots, and that'll be covered for a whistle and face-off. Face-off played by Saginaw. Kuhn at the blue line. Gets it to Morse, and he's in and out of the zone. Out and into the zone for the offsides call. Their offensive or neutral zone draw. Hoodwarman, Morse, and Herman up front. On defense, Kuhn and Timpey. Saginaw holds it at the blue line, behind the net. Ooh, off a helmet. Held in the zone. Absorbed a hit. That was Herman. This is Kuhn behind the net. Far side. Drops the pass behind the net for Timpey. Timpey up the wall, tries to find Herman. Chases after the loose puck. Icing's waved off. Saginaw plays it behind their goal. Now pass out into neutral zone, picked off by Rocco. He'll put a backhand in deep behind goaltender. Saginaw back into the near side wall. Moore stops it, picked up by Herman, put in the zone. Saginaw sends it right back to neutral. Moore stops at the blue line, dumps it in deep. Hard after it. Moore behind the net, chases. Saginaw's backhand pass. Outlet on the far side, held in by Martsky. Saginaw able to get it back. He'll carry it near side. Moore stops it. He's got it loose. Kicks it ahead. Had Martsky behind him, didn't know it. And that'll be held for the whistle. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Moore, Ayler, and Martsky up front. Face-off played by West Michigan. Far side. Saginaw gets the bouncing puck. Neutral zone. Moore's got it. Moore now sends a pass to the middle. He hits Ayler. Ayler turns, takes it wide, far side. Puts a pass in the middle looking for... Hohendorf there. Played back. Hohendorf gets it again, dumps it in deep. He'll go off for a change. Ayler takes the loose puck behind the net, tries to bring it out front. Played out by Saginaw. And we'll get an icing whistle. Face-off won by West Michigan. Kuhn played it into neutral zone. He's got it on the wall. Played by Saginaw. Cross ice and deep for the icing. Sorry for the camera work here. We're just trying to get the best angles. Tough vantage point here. Under 9 minutes left in the first. Kuhn, Poulin on defense. Bordeaux, Finnerty, and Poulin up front. West Michigan with the draw. Puck's played behind the net. Poulin in the corner. Finnerty's pass in front for Bordeaux goes all the way through, and giving chase is Kuhn. Kuhn behind net. Brockton, Jabrocki, and net for West Michigan this game. Puck comes out in the middle, and it's cleared out near side. Kuhn's backhand up the wall. Held up by the point, now kicked through by Poulin. Poulin's hit from behind. Saginaw sends it into the neutral zone. They'll dump it in deep. Jabrocki touches it. Kuhn's backhand for Poulin. Picked off by the point man and dumped back in deep. Kuhn has it. Kuhn behind the goal. He'll feather a pass back on the cycle for Poulin. Hard off the glass, icing arms up. And we'll bring it back for a defensive zone draw with 7:23 left in the first. D-zone draw. Anderson, Reedy, Smilanich up front, Rocco and Tempe on defense. Tempe with it on the wall, cycles it back for Rocco, puts it around the wall, far side, Smilanich races after it, holds it at the wall, loose, still in the zone. Saginaw keeps it in, dumps it in deep. There's Tempe, holds it at the wall. Dug out by Anderson. Anderson carries it, gets it, tried to find Reedy off his skates and into the Saginaw zone. Smilanich flying after it. Smilanich creates the turnover, gets it to Anderson, a shot, save, rebound, and save out to the point man. This is Rocco with a shot, knocked down. Held in the zone by Smilanich. And Tempe with it. Feathers a pass into the middle now. That was Reedy with a shot. Off the goalie and into the back glass. Held in the zone. Anderson finds Smilanich in the middle. Loose now to Tempe. He played it towards net off a shin guard. Gets it to Rocco from the circle shot. Rebound Anderson. Carries it in the corner. Feeds a pass back to Tempe. Timpy over to Rocco. Rocco shot deflected behind the net. Rebound by Reedy is blocked, and Saginaw will get a stick on it, at least to neutral zone. Timpy takes it away. Timpy gets to Anderson in the middle. Oh, just off his stick, but Timpy's there to push it into the wall. Saginaw puts that one through the air. And now taken by Hohendorf. Offsides, I think, was the call there. Budwarman. Morse up front, along with Herman on defense, Poulin and Hohendorf. This one wrapped around the net, near side. Hohendorf's going to crash in the corner. I'm sorry, that's not Hohendorf. That's Herman. Herman, physical along the wall. In to help is Budwarman. Gets it to Hohendorf at the point, not chipped out. Crashing down was Poulin. Saginaw advances it ahead, 2-on-1. Pass near side, jump to stick. And into the corner. Saginaw digs it out. Carried to the middle. Backhand shot. Save for a whistle. Brockton Jabraki in net today. Game 2 of pool play. 3 games in pool play. After the third, they'll reset the teams. And we'll have an additional game Saturday and maybe Sunday. Puck is played in the air. Held up, now put in. Kuhn levels a hit on the wall. Budwarman sends it around, held in by the point man, whiffed on a shot, but they keep possession at the wall. Played behind the net, Kuhn's there. Kuhn sends it back to the far side. Racing after that is Rocco, levels a hit. Rocco's got it in the corner, off the wall for Kuhn. Kuhn skates it ahead, pass through the middle, knocked down, but played out by Rocco, into neutral. Budwarman had it go off a skate, top of the zone. Rocco now from the dot, shot wide. Pass in the middle, played by Ayler, but Saginaw somehow gets it back. They bring it in the zone, Kuhn after it. He's got some space behind the net. Kuhn through the air, trying to find Ayler. Through the middle, Moore's going to have to find the puck. He's got it. A little regroup over to Kuhn. Kuhn at the red line, puts it in deep. Hard after it is Martzke. Martzke into the corner. Ayler's there to help. Timpy can't hold it in, gets out for Hohendorf. He sends it cross ice. Moore plays it back to Timpy. Timpy near side, picked off by Saginaw. They play it in deep. Pass in front's deflected, back out to the point man shot. Knocked down in front, rebound, and they bury it. Saginaw gets on the board first here late in the first period. Some loose pucks in the no man's land. Martzke, Moore, and Ayler up front. Hohendorf and Timpy on defense. Timpy to Moore. Moore chips to Martzke. Carries it in with speed. Takes it wide. He's hung up at the wall. Martzke gets it back. Sends it around the wall to the near side. Hohendorf from the point position. Dumps it in behind the net. Loose on the side of the net. Picked up by Ayler. Ayler's shot saved. Tried to lift one on the post side. Good shot. Tied up in the corner. This is Martzke. Ayler digs it out, comes out in the middle, Moore has it, turns, shot off a skate. Saginaw's pass in the middle connects. They'll carry through neutral zone. Hohendorf sweeps it into the wall. 2:30 left in the first period. Martzke with it, pass up for Ayler. Ayler's backhand in deep, Moore charges after it. Behind the net. Passed out by Saginaw, puck loose. This is Bordeaux. Bordeaux at the red line, turns. Gets it to Moore. Moore can't deflect the pass. Saginaw D to D in their zone. Now pass up through neutral. On the break-in. Taken away by West Michigan. This is Finnerty. Finnerty, far side. Had it swept into his feet. Poulin gets it to Rocco. Rocco chipped into the player bench for the whistle. Face-off taken by West Michigan. This is Bordeaux. He'll hold top of the zone. Shot into the equipment. Puck loose and cleared to neutral zone. Poulin's pass to Rocco. Rocco passes up looking for Finnerty. Finnerty gets it back to Rocco. Rocco regroups back to Poulin. Poulin over to Rocco. Backhand pass. Saginaw plays it far side. Loose in neutral zone. Hohendorf over to Rocco. Rocco crosses the red line and dumps it in deep. Finnerty hard after it, along with Bordeaux. Bordeaux gets the puck, avoids the hit. Saginaw tried to play it forward. They'll have some room. Out to neutral. This is Poulin. Poulin leaves it near side for his brother Poulin. Poulin hits Kuhn. Kuhn regroups back into the own zone for Bordeaux. Tempe. Finnerty's pass to Bordeaux, intercepted by Saginaw and brought in. Top of the zone. Finnerty up the wall with it. Poulin off the wall. Saginaw finds a man open. Shot goes wide. Near side. Kuhn played in from the point, knocked down by Finnerty. He's going to try to get a stick on it out of the zone. Saginaw holds it in. Tempe now behind the net. Runs into traffic. Poulin advances it ahead. Point man holds it in. Tempe's going to have to play it again in the corner. Loose behind the net. 5 seconds left on the clock. And that will do it for first period. Saginaw gets the late first period goal. And they lead 1-0. Second period about to start. Rady Anderson and Smilanich up front. Hohendorf and Kuhn on defense. Neutral zone. This is Reedy. Carries it ahead into the Saginaw zone. Picked up by Anderson. Rips a shot. Saved by the goaltender. Rebounds played behind the net. Held up by Smilanich and Anderson. Now comes into the corner. Saginaw frees it up. Carries it behind their own net. Pass up the wall. Knocked down by Hohendorf. Smilanich hard after it. Brought in the zone, but cleared out. Kuhn's going to take it. Got to wait to get onside. He takes a hit into the boards. Anderson picks it up. Cross ice for Hohendorf. He dumps it in deep. Reedy pressuring. Saginaw able to advance it. Now they pass it cross ice. They'll dump it in deep. Hard after it is Kuhn. Around the net. Pass to Smilanich. Puck loose at the blue. Knocked in, but offsides. Bidwarman takes the face off. Played by West Michigan. Poulin sends a backhand pass to neutral. Played by Saginaw back in the zone. Bidwarman with it. Behind the net. Up the wall. Held in by Saginaw. After the loose puck is Rocco. In the corner. Saginaw's there. Shot in on Jabrocki, goes wide, comes out to neutral. Saginaw has it. They drop the pass, then dump back in the zone, but intercepted by Poulin, moves it ahead. That's Herman. Physical battle there. Pass over to Morse. Chipped out by Saginaw into the West Michigan zone. Poulin takes it away. Poulin behind his own goal. Avoids a hit. Sends a pass up. Off a stick. And held in by the Junior Spirit. Behind the net. Rocco sends it off the glass. Morse finds Binwarden. Bidwarman has it down low. Stick lifted just at the last second, and we'll get a whistle. I think the net went off its pegs. Offensive zone draw. Timpy's on D, along with Hohendorf. Martzke's on the face-off dot. He's got Moore and Ayler on the wing. Puck sent into the wall. Moore back to Timpy at the point. Timpy gets it all the way through, just wide of net. After the loose puck is Ayler. Ayler at the wall. Saginaw able to double team and take it away. They'll rush it ahead now. Saginaw, wide, shot, save. Played behind the net. Hohendorf leaves it to Martzke, played into the middle. Saginaw can't play it back. Ayler dumps it in deep. Moore on the wall, centers a pass, played by Saginaw into the wall. They wrap it. Saginaw wraps it near side. Moore's going to try to pull it at the wall, and they move it back. Saginaw on the rush. Shot goes wide. Rebound far side. Timpy. Ayler plays it ahead. Held in by the point man, down low. Loose now to Moore on the near side. Moore's pass, cross ice for Ayler. Ayler plays it in towards the net. Loose on the near side. Martzke. Moore plays it deep. Ayler behind the net. Played ahead by Saginaw. Neutral zone. Stopped there by Martzke and taken by Berto. Ayler has it, top of the zone. Ayler plays it towards net, wide right. And we'll get a whistle here, penalty call. Ethan Berto is whistled. Cross check. Saginaw with power play, 9:55. Just under 10 left in the second period. Finnerty, Poulin, Kuhn, and Rocco, the penalty killers. Saginaw moves it back to the far side point, now near side point. Shot in on Jabrocki's save, loose behind the net. Kuhn takes it. Played it into the corner, taken away by the Saginaw. Shot in front, save, and a rebound shot went wide right. Poulin gets it in the corner. Rocco holds it there. Back up the wall for Poulin. He's pushed into the wall. Played out of the zone. Saginaw gets it back. Poulin crashes on it and keeps it out. Saginaw with a regroup in their own end. Now pass near side, connects. Another pass, that goes deep. And they're told to play it. It was an icing. Played in towards the net, just wide. And now banged out by Finnerty. Hard after it, Poulin. Saginaw. Ooh, big collision. Saginaw in the zone, 4-on-2. Kuhn. Puck loose, side of the net. Saginaw trying to pass in the middle. Nice job by Kuhn to wrap up the middle. Puck played through the air, far side. Saginaw put in the corner. Hohendorf pressuring. Reedy, Hohendorf, Anderson, and Poulin out. Here comes Smilanich to join. West Michigan back with full strength. Behind the net, Anderson gets it around. Poulin's after it. Nope, not Poulin. That is Reedy. Puck moved to the far side. Saginaw holds it in the corner. They've got puck possession here. Pass out to the point, goes long, and into the Saginaw zone. Goaltender's going to shove it into the wall. Smilanich after it. Goes a little long for him. Anderson's there. Gets it in the corner for Reedy. Smilanich picks it up. Lucas charges after it in the backboards. Taken away by Saginaw, wrapped around near side. Poulin's after the loose puck in his own zone. Poulin, far side. He's got an alley. Moves it out for Smilanich. Smilanich tried to hit Reedy, or Anderson. Saginaw pushes it back. Top of the zone. Nice job on the defense. Smilanich plays it ahead. Saginaw crashes down. Anderson. Played by Saginaw through the middle. They got a pass, loose puck. Nice job by Hohendorf. Wrestles it away. Sends it to neutral, and Saginaw puts it back in offsides. Woodwarden up front, on center, along with Morse and Herman. Rocco and Timpey on defense. Into the West Michigan zone, in the corner, held up. Bidwarman gets in on the scrum. Dug out, Morse has it. Morse tried to feed a pass back to Herman. Played by Saginaw. Back to neutral zone. Timpey now, off the wall, back towards Saginaw zone. Defender rushes it ahead, picked off by West Michigan, let off a skate and played back. Saginaw to the middle, shot in on Jabraki and a save. This one cleared to neutral after it. That's Herman. Puck loose far side, Bidwarman. Play it ahead by Saginaw, and we'll get an icing whistle. West Michigan with a line change. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Martsky, Moore, and Ayler offensive zone draw. Martsky gets it to the wall. Ayler's there. Ayler, top of the zone, off the wall. Cleared out by Saginaw. Icing arm should be up, and it is. Another offensive zone draw from Martsky. Martsky wins it to the wall. Held up. Moore bangs it in deep. Martsky chases after it behind the net. Jake stops. Has it taken away by Saginaw, but played at the point by Poulin. Poulin at the wall. Ayler got it back to Poulin, but now picked off by Saginaw. Kuhn's there. Kuhn, nice defense. Keeps it out. And cleared. Not cleared out. Saginaw bangs it in deep. Hard after it is Moore. Moore feeds it back to the near side for Kuhn. Kuhn carries it ahead. Gets around two defenders. Kuhn cross mid-ice and puts it in deep. Rattles around behind the net. Martsky's going to be there. Loose to the point. Poulin shot wide right. Loose far side. Ayler puts it in the corner for Moore. Moore into the middle. Couldn't find Martsky. And that's cleared to neutral. Poulin will play. Poulin's pass picked off by Saginaw. Played in the corner. Saginaw behind the net, Poulin after it. Martzke's there, bangs it around. Ayler up the wall, Moore plays it. Moore carries in, after it. Into the wall, tried to center a pass. Saginaw behind their net with control. Pass up near side, Moore pinches it at the wall. Berto's out there. Saginaw gets it back. Pass in the middle. High dump in goes deep. Saginaw leaves it in the corner. Berto takes it. Berto behind the goal. Gets it to the middle. Saginaw with a stick on it, holds it in. Timpey now up the wall, looking for Poulin. Saginaw's point man bangs it in deep, wraps her on the wall far side. Poulin again in the corner, trying to play it up the wall. That was Finnerty, played by the point man. Shot goes wide left, deflected. Timpey hard on the wall. West Michigan with possession. This is Poulin. Dump in is caught by Saginaw. They turn. And they've got a man on a break. Oh, he couldn't find it. And Hohendorf is there, clears it, gets a pass to Poulin, who finds Finnerty. Finnerty absorbs a hit, but gets it to Poulin. Poulin into the back wall. Played out for Berto. Berto. Good balance on the edges. Dumps the puck in deep. Saginaw hard around the wall. Held up there by Rocco. And put in the corner. Poulin's hard after it. Absorbs the hit. Poulin tried to center it off a skate. Saginaw off the wall near side. Picked off by Rocco and dumped back in deep. Saginaw's outlet clears to neutral, but played by Kuhn. Kuhn turns and brings it right back in. Kuhn carries to the middle. He's got it. Shot just wide right. He's pressed into the wall. Reedy gets it back to Rocco. Rocco's shot deflects before it gets there. Berto holds it at the wall. Turns, shoots, wide. Rocco sinks to hold it in the corner. Pass out in front. Kuhn gets a shot down low for Reedy, or Anderson. Backhand went wide. Reedy in the corner after it. Anderson trying to dig it out. Saginaw man is down. Puck loosened up. Smilich crashes in. And Saginaw lifts it to neutral. Race after the loose puck. Kuhn with the reach. Puck went through the crease, and now it's loose for Smilich. Lucas carries it ahead. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson over for Smilich, just out of his reach. Lucas at the wall. Saginaw pulls it away. Loose to Rocco, though, and he'll put it back in deep. Saginaw high off the glass. Icing is called. And we'll bring an offensive zone back with a minute left in the second. Bidwarman on center. Morse and Herman up front. Poulin and Hohendorf. Saginaw breaks it out far side. They get around the D. Saginaw in on goal. Oh, stick nice by Jabraki and net. Pushes it out. Point man, though, gets the puck, puts it on goal. And we'll get a face-off in the D zone. Bidwarman with the draw. Puck loose out to the point, played in deep. Played behind the net, near side. Poulin after it. Moves ahead, Bidwarman. After the loose puck, Saginaw plays it back. Held out of the zone, but in offsides. Saginaw with a 1-0 lead. Second period's about to expire. 26 seconds left. 24 seconds left. Shift change. Up front, Moore, Marski, and Ayler, Kuhn, and Timpy on defense. Face off, won by West Michigan. Moore's got it. Moore gets around the defenders, into the wall, sends a pass back to the middle, played out by Saginaw. Moore's there, feeds it to Timpy. Timpy back to the far side. Ayler sweeps it back into his zone. 8 seconds on the clock. Over for Kuhn. Kuhn crosses the red line, dumped in deep. 2 seconds. And that will do it for second period. One to 0 our score. Third period has begun. Moore, Ayler, and Marski remain out. On the forward, Timpy and Kuhn on D. Played in the neutral zone. Kuhn's there. Tried to play it up the wall. Moore comes down to handle it. Moore's got it. Trying to find his way off the wall for Ayler. Ayler at the red line, dumps it in. Bounces in the corner. Moore's after it. Into the wall, into the feet. Played by Ayler. Ayler's into help. Moore goes down. Ayler digs it out on the wall. And we will get a whistle. Moore's whistled for a trip. So a penalty kill out. Kuhn, Marski, Ayler, and Timpy. Saginaw with the draw at the point position. Shot in. Jabraki. No rebound attempt, and if we get a whistle. West Michigan wins, gets it near side. Timpy from the corner, backhand. Held in by the point. Played toward Jabraki. Rebound, he sucks that one in for the whistle. Played in the wall. Reedy and Anderson are up front now. Saginaw from the dots. Shot goes wide all the way to the near side point. He'll dump it in deep behind the net. Kuhn will have it first. Up the wall, gets it to Anderson. Anderson in his own zone. Fires a pass, deflected. Saginaw with possession. Shot disrupted. Timpy's got it. Timpy behind his own net, now near side. He's got some ice in front of him. Skates it, cross neutral. Crosses the blue, gets a shot, and that's gloved by the goaltender for the whistle. Offensive zone draw. Rocco comes on for Timpy. Here comes Berto and Finnerty. Hohendorf is out as well. Saginaw wins the draw. They move it near side, up through neutral zone. Horendorf holds it there, gets it to Finnerty, who finds Berto. Puck goes loose, far side. Saginaw collects. Bounce off the wall, played back by Rocco and in offsides. Six seconds left in the Saginaw power play. Face-off played deep. This means Moore comes out of the box. On to play comes Bidwarman. Bidwarman right on the puck. Saginaw advances through neutral. Loose in the feet. Rocco plays it ahead. Saginaw picks it up at the wall. Now into the corner. Hohendorf's there. Finnerty off the wall for Berto. Loose puck. Race after it. Saginaw's there. Bidwarman gets it though. Into the corner. Pass off the ref skate. And Saginaw able to clear. 3-on-2. They take it wide. Pass in the middle. Picked off by Hohendorf. He runs into traffic. Played in the corner. Rocco with a hit. Gets the puck loose. Near side. Hohendorf up the wall. Bidwarman gets it to Berto. 2-on-1 here. Finnerty. Finnerty takes it wide. Over for Berto. Berto shoots. He scores. Beautiful play by the Lumberjack boys. Finnerty with the assist. Berto was patient on the shot. Drug it across the crease and buried it. Reedy, Anderson, Smilanich up front, Kuhn, and Poulin on defense. Faceoff goes into West Michigan zone. Poulin's there, behind his own net. Hard off the wall. Out and back in for the offsides whistle. Anderson on the draw. Poulin over for Kuhn. Kuhn plays it ahead, crosses the red line with it, gets it in the zone. After it is Reedy, played by Saginaw behind their net, hard around the wall. Picked off by Anderson mid-ice. Anderson brings it back into his own zone on the regroup. Hard off the wall, far side for Reedy. In the feet, Anderson those there. Stopped at the blue line. Puck enters the zone. Saginaw's there. Play it near side. Dump attempt is played by Poulin and now wrapped around the back of the net by Reedy. Kuhn finds Smilanich. Lucas pulls it to mid-ice. Finds Anderson. Oh, he's tripped. Penalty arm is up. Puck is loose though. And Saginaw touches up for the whistle. West Michigan gets their first power play. Tie game, third period. Tempe and Rocco on defense. Martsky, Moore, and Berto up front. Face off. Won by the Spirit. They wrap it around the net, far side. Tempe's going to have it at the wall. Puck's bouncing though. Gets control. Center pass goes all the way through, and Rocco gives chase. Rocco behind his net. Now carries near side. Pass cross for Moore. Moore carries in the blue line. Stops top of the zone. Wants to set something up. Cross ice for Tempe. Held in the zone. Berto has it. Mid-ice. Cycles back into his own end. Berto's pass for Martsky. Martsky gets around one. Crosses the blue line. Takes it into the wall. He goes down, and we get a second penalty. 5-on-3. A hold call on the Spirit. So we get 44 seconds of a two-man advantage. Moore, Martsky, Rocco, Anderson, and Hohendorf. Face off played by the Spirit deep. And icing whistled. Martzke again on the dot. Played by Anderson at the wall. Pressured by the Spirit. Anderson gets some space, gets to Martzke behind the net. Martzke's pass in front, played by the goaltender, loose and cleared. Deflected though, so not full ice retrieval. At the blue line, 20 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Played in by Hohendorf. Gets it to Martzke. Martzke's shot, save. Clear around far side, Rocco holds it in. Gets it to the wall, off Anderson's skate. Another penalty here. Saginaw again going to get whistled. Played over near side for Hohendorf. Shot in on net, it's wide. Rebound, Martzke's after it and touched up. So Saginaw, just as they clear the two-man advantage, they'll send another one back. This is the opportunity West Michigan needs. How to capitalize. Martzke's out there with Moore and Anderson. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Face off into the wall. West Michigan wins it. Hohendorf from the point finds Anderson. Anderson over for Rocco, a shot. That one's gloved by the goaltender for the whistle. Nice setup there. West Michigan, Moore gets it back to Rocco. Rocco over for Hohendorf. Hohendorf, top of the circle. Gets it to the wall for Anderson. Anderson carries around top of the zone. Finds Rocco, down low. Rocco carries in, shot into the chest of the goaltender for a whistle. On comes Berto. Berto, Hohendorf. Face off. Pushed by the Spirit to the wall, but Martzke's there. Martzke, top of the circle. Drop pass for Anderson. Takes it towards net. Oh, a pass over to Moore. Gets deflected back behind the net. Clear to the near side. Saginaw back with their fourth skater. Martzke, top of the zone. Martzke down low, off the back of the wall, and it goes in. Martzke banged it off the back wall, and it comes out and into the goaltender's padding. And West Michigan capitalizes on the power play goal. It took 4 penalties, but we'll get one in. Martzke's shot was wide left, right off the back wall into the goaltender. West Michigan with the draw. Morse, Bidwarman, and Herman up front. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Bidwarman plays it out. Point man shot, that's gloved by Jabrocki for a whistle. D-zone draw, Bidwarman. Saginaw tried to pass it across ice. Morse got a stick on it. Back to neutral zone. Morse gets it to Bidwarman, who dumps it in deep. He'll chase after it. Behind the goaltender. Bidwarman in the corner. Saginaw cycles the puck. Now they pass cross ice. Neutral zone. Through the middle, off a stick. Poulin gives chase. Poulin behind his own goal. Stops. Brings it back near side, looking for Ayler, just out of his reach. And icing whistle will bring it back for a D-zone face-off. On the face-off, Finnerty Taken by Anderson. Through the air, chipped. Herman's there. Herman, good stick handles. Gets it in the zone, but peeled away by Saginaw. Picked off. Back to Herman, but dumped in by the Spirit. That's Rocco in the far corner. Gets it over to Timpey. Timpey's pressured. Saginaw gets the loose puck behind the net. Centering pass in the feet. Still in the feet. Now carried by Anderson. Chipped into the back corner. Anderson will be there. Chips it. Far side corner. Finnerty pressuring. Puck loose on the back wall. A helmet comes off. Finnerty popped the lid. And we'll get a D-zone draw. Martzke's out with Moore, Berto, Timpey, and Rocco. Saginaw with the win. Shot in from the point wide. After the loose puck is Timpey on the wall. Pushed it ahead. Saginaw with a stick on it. Berto gets it though. Neutral zone. Up the wall for Martzke. Martzke high off the glass and deep. On the back wall is Moore. He's pressured. Puck pushed up the wall. Martzke's there. Puts it in the corner for Moore. Moore gets run into. Saginaw wraps it around near side. Berto's there. Top of the zone. Dumps it in. Saginaw with control. Loose. Moore's going to get a whack at it. Gets it to Martzke. Martzke tried to center it for Berto. Played in by... Held in the zone by Moore. Backhand deep for Berto. Berto, shot from the side, gloved by the goaltender. Right at the goal line, looking for that top shelf. Face off in the offensive zone. Reedy. Shot from the point, Hohendorf wide. Played on the far side wall, into the corner. Anderson delivers a hit. Loose behind the net. Held in the feet. Anderson digs after it. Smilich goes down. Or no, that's Ayler. Played at the wall. Anderson delivers a hit. Saginaw gets the puck, wraps it far or near side. Held in there by Hohendorf. Behind the net. Now up the near side wall. Saginaw hard off the wall, deep into the West Michigan zone. Kuhn's there. Big hit on Kuhn. He's up and skating. We're going to get some calls here on Saginaw. It's unclear these days what a check from behind is, but if you're trying to understand intent, who knows, but it was visually cross-check from behind right into the wall. Kuhn with the big frame withstood it. Saginaw's getting a minor penalty, it looks like. He'll exit the game. Looks like a misconduct was called, 2 and a 10. double minor, major penalty actually. That's what that means, a 4-minute major. With 4 minutes left to go in the game. So West Michigan will have a one-man advantage here to finish this out. 2-1 the lead. Still too close. Bidwarman on the draw. Morris gets it back to Kuhn. Kuhn shot wide. Smilich after the loose puck near side. Or that's Ayler, I'm sorry. Ayler dumped it in. Into the corner. We'll get a hand pass whistle. Played in the zone. Morris gives chase. Saginaw moves it up. Kuhn delivers a hit. Played to neutral. Benoit. Here's Ayler. Feeds a pass to the middle. Looking for Morris. Played back by the Spirit. Bidwarman plays it ahead. Samuel hustles after it. He puts it in the zone. Saginaw got a stick on it, back to neutral. Bidwarman gives chase, disrupts the play. Kuhn has it, absorbs a hit. Puck loose in the feet, cleared to neutral zone to Ayler. Ayler carries it. He's going to go wide, 3-on-2. Ayler, Bidwarman, just off his stake. Bidwarman gets it back from the faceoff dot shot, save. Ayler with a rebound near side at the wall. Saginaw can't clear it. Here's Poulin, shot in on net, saved by the goaltender and held for the whistle. Out on the ice come Finnerty, Herman, Anderson, Timpey, and Rocco. This is Anderson, top of the zone. He'll settle up shop. Plenty of time. Plenty of space, feeds a pass over for Timpey. Timpey back to Anderson, top of the zone. Anderson back to Timpey. Timpey at the wall, takes a slash, puts it behind the net, goes loose. Rocco played out on the side of the net, rebound in front, still loose. Loose in the feet, played by West Michigan into the wall. Finnerty pulls it into the corner. Out to Anderson at the near side point. Pass, cross ice to Rocco. Rocco at the wall, gets it behind the net for Finnerty. Finnerty back to Rocco at the point. Back to Finnerty at the wall, back to Rocco. Rocco now over for Anderson. Top of the circle, back to Rocco. Rocco down to Finnerty. Finnerty now down low, behind the net. Trying to find a man in front. Off the wall, out for Anderson. Anderson gets it to Finnerty. Finnerty down low in the corner. Back to Anderson at the point. 1:30 left in the game. Anderson waits for some movement. Moves it over for Herman. Herman over for Anderson. A shot over the net. All the way out to the far side point. That's Rocco. Dumps it in deep. Timpey charges in the corner. Into the feet. Dug out by West Michigan. Finnerty back to Anderson at the point. Anderson near side to Finnerty. Off his skate. And Saginaw can move it out. Off their skate though. That's Rocco wrestles after it. And that was Herman wrestling after it, and Rocco dumped it in deep. Less than a minute left. Saginaw moves it ahead. Pass through the middle. Knocked down. Timpey gets it to Anderson. And we'll get an offsides whistle as West Michigan looks to hold on here. 40 seconds left. Berto, Martzke, Moore up front, Hohendorf, and Poulin on defense. Face off into the wall. Berto dumps it in deep. Martzke charges. Saginaw off the wall, clears it to neutral. Berto's there. He's got pressure in his Back, but he gets it over to Hohendorf. Carries it across the red line. Hohendorf gets his way down low. Dropped pass from Marsky. Played out by Saginaw, but Berto's there. 19 seconds on the clock. Berto across the red line. Dumps it in deep. Hard after it is Martsky. Saginaw high off the glass. Held in almost by Poulin, and we'll get a whistle with less than 10 seconds. Jake Martsky on the draw. Played into the Saginaw zone. 5 seconds deep. Saginaw tries to out it. Moore knocks it down, holds it in, and that will do it. West Michigan Varsity Green with their first victory of the tournament. They're 1-1 going into Saturday pool play. Martsky with a game winner. A pool shot off the back wall. Great game in net by Jabraki. Brockton Jabraki. Thanks for watching. Go West Michigan.